I also was reminded that don't forget to use the hashtag for social media, and just as a reminder, it's so difficult to have a mic, I'm used to a headset, and that's WIT Summit, that's a hashtag, so WIT Summit, or if you want to sort of tag on social media, then it's Women in IT Awards in one word. Okay, so before we went to morning break, we talked a lot about emerging technologies. We also touched upon cybersecurity, and of course we also talked about automation and robotics and what this implies for the workforce and so forth. We're now going to dive a little bit deeper into machine learning and sort of learn more about the potential of machine learning, and maybe even get another aspect of what is machine learning, because a lot of times we use a lot of words like artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, and we sort of, sometimes it can be one part of the word is actually correct, but it could also have another dimension or another meaning to it. And machine learning actually has a deeper meaning to it. It can be really facilitated to accelerate your businesses. And with us here today, we have a very enthusiastic, engaged machine learning devotee who has engaged her life to date to accelerate, learn, educate, and help companies really grow with machine learning. And she also has her own personal mission, and that is to become on the Forbes under 30 list. So she has 3 years to go, and I'm sure she's going to get there. And before I invite her up on stage, I just want to make sort of a full introduction. She's one of the first self-made female machine learning entrepreneurs in the Balkans, with a mission to help decision makers gain more profit with machine learning insights. She's currently pursuing her micromasters on data science and statistics at MIT in Boston, and she's also co-founded her own company, Kagira AI. And I want to add in that she's also an ex-professional tennis player and has run 4 half marathons. And why I mention that is because sometimes if you've really been an athlete, sort of on that level, you usually have a winner mindset. And I'm going to ask her about that as well. So please give it up for my guest, who I will have a conversation here on stage. And I'm going to say a warm welcome up on stage, Manja Bogicevic! I hope I said your name right. Here. Oh, gosh, I take that as a compliment. Okay, so I sort of wanted to lay the palette of your expertise, enthusiasm, and knowledge around machine learning, but also your take on machine learning. And I thought, just to sort of open the session, if you would give your definition of machine learning, what would it be?
First of all, like, machine learning is not a machine learning. Besides machine learning, actually machines are not learning. It's invented in the 90s by IBM, one of the co-founders of IBM, and they want just to have a cool name, machine learning, because it's better to have a machine learning name than actually having the software development. So I can say that beside that, machine learning is actually helping businesses use the technology to resolve their problems. So it's not vice versa in terms that we have the same problems we had 100 years ago, but we didn't have technology for it. So machine learning is a technology solution for the whole problems in the whole industry, and the difference between software development and machine learning is actually that you can help any industry. So from oil and gas to lawyers to bank to marketing to whatever industry you can get in. So that's the difference between software development and machine learning. And keep in mind that actually machines are not learning like humans, they're just having functions and mathematics behind it, so that's the difference. So it's a marketing term because it's really nicer to say that you're a machine learning engineer.
But what you experience to be the largest misconception then about machine learning when you work with companies?
Yeah, they think that you have a magic wand and that you are actually in a Harry Potter movie, so you can make company gain more revenue or reduce the cost, and that's not possible. So you have to have a data, and you have to understand your data and understand the problem you have with the company. So if you don't have data, machine learning cannot help you. Or if you have again, machine learning cannot help you. So that's the two types of the companies I'm always having meetings with. And companies who actually have the data, 80% of them, they don't know what actually they have in that kind of data. And then we go in and see what can be resolved in 3 months and give them something that they can reduce the costs and have more revenue. And that's really the best thing for machine learning, that first time science is used only for business. So at the end, if the business is growing, then actually our society will be better, because when businesses are growing, they can give more money to charity. So it's actually the win-win situation.
Okay, and just to sort of still keep on the phrases or the buzzwords. So if we take AI and machine learning, because we talked a lot about AI today, artificial intelligence, and also augmented reality, virtual reality, and so forth. If you could then just clarify your take on AI and machine learning and how it's been used.
Yeah, actually, artificial intelligence is from 90s. So the professors from Stanford, MIT, they were together in the same place, and they made the first super robots. I read one, you have it in New York Museum, and it collapsed because at that point the technology was super expensive. They wanted to make a first robot that can do something that can human do, that they can think, that can do something that a typical human can do. And because the market wasn't ready and technology was so expensive, it was like dumbish and it was gone away. And then they decided to go with machine learning. So machine learning is actually implemented from artificial intelligence. And the difference between machine learning and artificial intelligence is that actually in the whole world you have machine learning projects. Artificial intelligence projects you don't have. It's a buzzword. So the market is not still ready for it, because we as a people are scared about artificial intelligence, because the robots are coming, the Terminator and so on. So we need time to see what robots can do and how they can help us in the future. So it probably will be like 5 to 10 years that we can adjust to artificial intelligence, and we can have the first big project in artificial intelligence. So the difference is machine learning is doing like, you have data and they can do the predictions from the data, but artificial intelligence can do something that even though they have data, but they can do something like humans, in terms that they can think like you, they can help maybe psychiatrists do their job better, in terms that they can do also neuroscience, and for people who have Alzheimer, and for people who have maybe cancer and so on, they can do a lot of stuff that we cannot do right now. And in the future we will actually have the flying cars and everything we have. And you can look at a new movie called Her. That's something that's actually happening. And you have to be prepared for that and to adjust for that, or sorry, but you are not ready for the revolution that is coming up.
Okay, so to make everyone ready for the revolution that's coming up, what are if we go to your company, Kagera AI, and if you could maybe either take a case study or a benchmark so that we can understand, what is it that you can go in and help companies with?
Yeah, we develop our machine learning workflow, so every company has the same problem. It doesn't matter from which industry. So we have 3 levels. The first level is problem discovery. The second level is machine learning due diligence, and the last one is gain profit and optimize performance. So in the first level, that one is really the most important, because 90% of machine learning solutions or projects fail because they don't tackle the problem in the company for real. So the first thing is to see whatever machine learning can help you or not. So if you don't have data, sorry, but machine learning cannot help you. Or if you have data but you don't know what's the core problem in your company, then if you do some machine learning solution with 5 problems, you are again doomed. So in that first level, we have 3 steps. The first one is to see whatever machine learning is for you or not. And then another one is make a plan. So you have to have a 5 to 7 hours meeting with people from artificial intelligence. So it could be your machine learning engineer or a company who is doing that. You need to have a data engineer from your company. You have to have a person from a business side from your company. So all of them have to be in the same place for 5 to 7 hours to tackle the plan and to see what can be implemented in your company, to understand the company from entire out, and to see what can be done in 3 months' time Why? Because 3 months is short period of time, and the risk for the company is small. And if it's 6 months, it's too long because competition can do something else in that 6 months part. And then after that, when you make a plan and you know what's the problem you want to tackle, you will collect the data and define the data set that you will be building the model for it. And then in the next stage, you will evaluate the model you are making in machine learning. Then again, after that, you will have the live solution in 3 months. And then you will add the new add-ons for the product. So my way of doing it is that after 3 months, you have to go and do the sales and finish that kind to have resolve some issue in the company. And after that, you need to give all the understanding to the company because they need to understand everything that you've done and they need to use it as if they made it at home. So that's really important because if you make it complex, then people wouldn't use it and you can be the best machine learning engineer in the world, but if people are not using and it's complex for them, sorry, but you're not successful machine learning engineer.
Okay. I'm thinking, because this is quite, I mean, there can be a complexity to it, I want to also open up the questions to you, because it's the most important people here are you in the room, and so please, does anyone have any question at this stage? And don't be shy. I mean, all questions are good. Okay. Yes?
Exactly how some result has been compared to if then else strategy, the real, just the workflow with the analysis.
Yeah, the way how I do it, I actually visualize the results and performance of the model and always use 3 models. So I will show that to the client and then they will decide if they want to choose what are the pros and cons of every model. And then when they see the visualize everything, because people are actually visualizing. We are all in the colors and everything. So I have always like 30 minutes of presentation. I'll give my insights, the prediction that models have, the pros and cons of both of the models, the features that will include in it, and then they will make a decision. So they will decide to go with this one or not. And the way how I'm doing it is that in 3 months I give a small solution with less features. So the first one is not so complex, so it's something easy that we can tackle in the company with a simple model like logistic regression or something like that. And then when they see that we are a trustworthy partner and that we can deliver a solution in 3 months, after that they will say, okay, we trust you, you can now deliver something huge that can help our company and we will give you more money for development from 2 years. And then you will have every 3 and 4 months, you will have new releases and always a presentation with the client, because client has to be all the time with you and you actually don't need to explain them all the technical stuff. It's really important to give them the predictions and the results, and always you have to be honest. So I cannot predict all the outcomes because no one can do that. The ones who will tell you that, they are lying. So how I'm doing it, I'm always honest with my clients, and if I'm not secure that I can help that client, I will refuse. Because for me, integrity is something that's really important, and that's the way how I'm doing, like developing my business and our team.
Did they ever revert to if then else model that is retraceable and they can find why some decisions were made instead of taking machine learning because they don't trust it? Like machine learning can have like 99.8% of correct answers, but they are worried that those 0.02 are going to make a big difference. So they revert
so I'm not working with that. So if I can give you, my way of doing is, if I can give you in 3 months a raise of your profit with 10%, will you give me some money to make your company better? They will say yes. So that's the way how I'm doing it. So because small advancements can help every business, and going with small milestones and goals, that's something that's the best decision. And if you have that kind of clients who are going with that 0.1, I think that you shouldn't work with that.
No, I'm asking about the clients that could be like from healthcare, where that 0.01 might...
Yeah, I work actually for healthcare. I'm working now on a project for US government, for National Science Foundation from ecology. And you have a lot of stuff there because you have a lot of features and everything. But when you talk about cancer, about everything, they think that machine learning is the future for healthcare. So again, it's tougher with them. But if you find the right people in the healthcare industry, then again you can do something with it. So I think it's the same in the industry and in healthcare. It could be that small percent of it is important, but if you again, if people can have prediction, if they are for females, if they have a huge percentage they can get the cancer, and at this point they don't have cancer and they do a pre-treatment, then making someone not to die in 5 years and be alive, it's something that is worthwhile.
Okay, thank you. I think this sort of correlates a lot to sort of the issue of trust. And I think now with all the different technologies coming up and trying to sort of understand them and correlate them to a business, and just out of sort of this questioning, did you sort of also find that is a core issue, trust, and how can one sort of go over that threshold when it comes to, is it on the leadership level of actually understanding the implementation of machine learning and then finding autonomous teams to implement it, or how does it sort of work?
Yeah, like the issue is of clients, because nowadays you don't have a lot of people who are actually doing machine learning in the whole world. And you have a lot of people who are actually scammers, who are not doing machine learning, and they're there just to get your money and then make some money from it. So the reason how you can be distinguished with them, you have to always say, if someone is a scammer, you should raise a hand and say, this person is not doing good because of this and this. And then when it comes to your company, integrity is really important. So I have a small team. We are now like 5 of us, and we're doing machine learning. And it's really important that everybody is from different part of the industry. So I finished economics, and then I got into machine learning. My co-founder is also from economics. Our other one is from IT, and we have also a person who is from legal department, and she also do that. So diversity is really important, and trust needs time. So you have to build trust with your clients, and it's better to have 3 clients and have a trustworthy partners than having 100 clients and you actually scammed a lot of them. So my way is that it needs time for building trust, and that trust and integrity are super important for the business. And when it comes to your employees, you have to be honest with them, and you need to be on the same page with them. If you are not, then you are not leading your company the perfect way, because we are now living in the 4th industrial revolution and everything is changing, so you need to change, and we are changing all the way. So that's my point of view.
Change is constant. And just picking up what you said, because it's also the fact that, you know, we're going to need so much more talent, whether it's engineers or...
Yeah.
So, and that sort of ties it back to the whole educational system.
Yeah.
And it also ties back to correlating a bit to unconscious bias. You know, how do we get more girls into STEM and tech? And sort of, what's your take on that? And how can we sort of accelerate that to actually get the talent that we also need, or reskill the talent that we have?
Actually, when I got into data science, I realized that you don't have, especially in Serbia and Belgrade, you don't have people who are doing actually machine learning. So I was doing every Thursday, I was doing lectures to people who wants to get into data science. So I was giving them my roadmap, how I get into data science. And from that lectures and from people asking me, I met again with my co-founder, and we are working together. So it's a process. You need to make leaders, you need to make machine learning engineers and data scientists. So I'm doing a lot of stuff in it, in the education system, and we also have our boot camps for B2B and so on. And I'm also doing that for kids. Actually, I had a project for self-driving cars for kids. And I'm planning to do that again because everything comes from when they're little, because they need to be introduced to technology. And when we talk about women, they're scared with technology, especially machine learning, because when you're little, in my environment, they told me that I'm not for mathematics, that I'm not for machine learning, that it's better for me to go on a university for languages or something like that. So when I finished economics, it wasn't, oh my god, but it's a man world. And now when I'm actually machine learning and everything, it's again a man world. When I was working on that project for US government, I was the only girl in the whole team. So the way how we can change it is that I will continue to give talks about how I did it, and I will continue to share all my stories. But also I think that the way how we can do it is some kind of incubation, and hubs can help that, because education cannot change immediately. It takes time and a lot of stuff. But companies can make some small boot camps. In our company, we have a boot camp, so for people who are coming in our company. So they need to have a prerequisites for that, and then for 3 months they will be doing some more deep learning with us, with me and my co-founder, and after that we will choose the one who is the best one, and then he will work with us. But for entire time that person will be paid for, because I really don't believe in a free work. So that's the way how we do it. And it's really important that we have more girls in STEM. They don't need after that to be in the STEM industry. They can do something else, but it's really important to have that technology knowledge and also finance knowledge, because even though you are having IT company, you need to have a finance foundation, because a lot of companies are struggling and failing because they don't know the business side of business.
And just maybe touching a bit on a personal side and the traits, where does your sort of resilience and you know, really not only accelerating in the career, but taking that space, and because now we're in sort of a women in IT and a man's maybe dominated sector where we're trying to get more women. What insights and lessons have you learned that maybe you can share that has also ignited your resilience and sort of tough manner?
Actually, at the first, because I was always, I was like, when I was 14 years old, I was on the WTA list, the professional tennis list. I was a 500 in the whole world. So at that point I realized, I was always analytical, so I realized that the body has some kind of period, and if you have an injury, you are doomed, but when it comes to mind, you don't have any obstacles. So then I decided to go to business, economics, and I was trying to find data science and machine learning. And how you can do is actually, you have to go and say, okay, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a girl, and I know how to code, I'm a tech kid, and you have to say that I'm the part of your world. So I had a different stages in terms that when I was in onboarding, they thought that I'm a person who is giving them coffee, so that was also, there's a problem that I'm 27 years old, so that's also sometimes a problem, especially when you're doing banks, because all of the C-level people are like from 55 years old and older. So, and even if you are looking nicely, that can be also a problem. So you should just be yourself, and after a few months and years, you will realize that I'm now working always with men, and they are encouraging me and they're helping me, a lot of them, and those who didn't help me, I also thank them, because I'm now this kind of person because they didn't give me the opportunity for it. So there's a lot of stuff to do in it, but I think the best view is that we need all to work together. That's the best way how we can leverage everything that is happening nowadays.
I co-create cooperation and collaboration and working together is key in every aspect. But do you also find that then, now I'm just again correlating it to sort of a profession that is more male-dominated, do you find that the transferable skills, I prefer to call them soft skills, but sort of the teamwork, the compassion, the empathy, the visionary, is that something that is getting more infused into this area as well as a form of leadership?
Yes.
Even though it's very, like you said,
yes, it's really important. You have to have the both sides. You have to have the tech skills, the soft skills. That's really important. And I don't know why they said that tech skills are dominantly male skills. That can be both. Also, soft skills can be also both. So it's not predominantly female skills. Like because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm leading the company and everything. They call me a female male. So I don't know why, but they're called like that because they cannot put me in any kind of a box because you cannot put me because I'm really different from all the women you have in our environment. So, but you have different people, different male and female. So you should have both of the sides because in this time and also in the future that's coming, you have to have the both sides. So you cannot make any kind of business, or you can even not be a good employee in some of the future of this time companies if you don't have the tech side and the soft skill side.
And I think what I mentioned also when we opened the conference, that in order for more women to come into these sectors, there needs to be, role models or women, girls who have done it, because if someone has done it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
Did you, and mentorship, did you have a mentor in your life? Do you have a mentor in your life?
Yeah. So one of my mentors, she's Neva, and she helped me to see that I can achieve success. And that's only the reason that you have to go with it and say yes to it, because actually there is no risk if you're doing something that you really love. And also, I had a mentor from MasterCard, so I was a part of Women in Tech held by US Embassy in Serbia. So I had a mentor from MasterCard, Jelena, who helped me to see that other kind of experience that she has with like more than 25 years of experience, leading company and so on. So I get a lot of stuff from her. So that's really, really good way. And now I'm doing mentoring for other girls and helping them to get on their path. So they don't need to be entrepreneurs. It's just the only thing that they need to do something that they really love.
I want to give the audience again a chance to pose questions.
Yeah, I think we've moved a bit from what I was going to ask, but nevertheless, I'm going to ask it. So, regarding going back to working with customers, how do you avoid, or let me say, alleviate their worries around bias? So now, with what I mean is, obviously, you're training your machine learning models.
Yeah.
A lot of data is great, the more the better. But at one point, there could be wrong data. So you could be creating something wrong. So with your example with medicine, let's say, I don't know, there's an oil spill and that creates cancer or something like that. How do you alleviate their worries, let's say, about that? Because that's what I will ask you.
Yeah, okay. So the way how we work, we develop some minimum valuable product that will be released in 3 months. Before that, we have small problem tackling first month, and they will pay a commission for that. So we will give them a demo, and they will see it is working. So after that, they will decide if they want to go with a project again for 3 months, and 6 months, and 1 year. So they will have 3 ways how to work with us. So after that first demo, and after that meeting that I mentioned, like making a plan and everything, we will give them a demo, and they will say, okay, this is something that is good for our company or not. And in terms that they will give a small amount of money, so it's not risky. After that, when they say, okay, we want you to implement a project, then we will deduct the commission from that and begin with a project. And then we are releasing all the new features every 3 months. So that's something that we are doing. Because when you have releases in that small part of time, there is less risk that something can go wrong. But if something goes wrong, then we have a refund policy, and we wouldn't talk about anything. So if something is going wrong and you can blame us, we will say, okay, we'll give your money back, and no questions asked.
question. Running out of time, but it's an important issue.
I'll be quick. It's very important to find a mentor for yourself, because when you find a good mentor for yourself, if you have an experience with your two good mentors, then you are a better mentor because you know how to do it. And this is something that you might be not able always to recognize. How you did find your mentors, because it's not so obvious that you just get it. You can see for them.
For data science and machine learning, so because I finished economics, so a lot of people ask me, so how then machine learning when you finish economics? So you should work in a bank. So I wanted to get into IT, but I know that I'm not for development. So I'm not the person who will go and do the code all day. I'm coding in Python, but machine learning is different. So I was trying to find people on LinkedIn who are doing machine learning and data science in the whole world. So in Serbia, we don't have people who are doing that. So I cannot find a mentor there. So I was actually doing every day, finding a person. So I sent a message to a couple of them, and one of them answered me. He made me a roadmap, and I was like, beside my current job, that full-time job, I was every day coding for 1 hour. And after 4 months, I got my first job as a data analyst, and now, like after 2 years, I have my own company. So the way how you can get a mentor is you have to ask questions, and you have to ask people to be your mentor. And that's the only way how you can go, because nothing will come from the heaven. So you have to ask, and you have to find them. So even if you don't have in your environment, you can use LinkedIn, you can use different social media and ask them. Some will refuse and say no, but you will eventually find your perfect mentor.
I think it's that fact of being courageous, just throwing yourself out there. Sometimes easier said than done. We're going to talk more about personal development and mentorship and leadership later this afternoon. This is definitely an important topic. And you have an eager hand, so if I can push time a little bit. No, I can't. I always like to be kind and do it, but I can't. But Manja, thank you so much for your insights, and thank you for being a trailblazing leader within machine learning and STEM. We need women, girls like you, and we'll definitely be checking the Forbes under 30 list in 3 years' time, and I'm sure you'll be on it. Please give it up for Manja Bogicevic. Okay, so data is something that we've talked a lot about today, and as many of you probably have heard the term that data is the new gold, or data is the new oil. It's definitely a commodity and an asset for companies today. And